I expect things to be, just at a macroeconomic level, difficult for at least the next 12 months.
Elon Musk's urgent address left a weighty message hanging over the country. His final warning stirred concern, predicting a looming threat to the U.S. economy before the year's end. With careful thought, he explained how one problem could lead to another, making the country's financial system unstable and affecting other countries too. With Christmas getting closer, everyone wonders if Musk's prediction can be stopped, or if the problems will happen no matter what. So in this video, we will dive deep into the U.S. economy. Elon Musk, who's the person behind Tesla and one of the richest people in the world, recently said that the American economy might get really bad before Christmas. He even thinks that the economy all around the world could stay bad for another year and a half. He said this after some problems with banks made people worried that there could be a big financial problem soon. Musk has been saying for a while that he thinks the U.S. economy isn't doing well, and he has asked the central bank to change its plans to make things better. He thinks things might start to get better in the spring of 2024. Musk said that if the U.S. Federal Reserve keeps increasing the interest rates, it could make a bad recession happen. He thinks the information from the Federal Reserve comes too late to help, and that the economy is already starting to get worse. He said it's like when the signs of danger are happening, but people don't notice until it's too late. He talked about how some important banks like Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse have already had big problems. And even First Republic had big issues, even after getting a lot of money from other banks. By the end of 2022, First Republic had a lot of money in loans and bonds, but it still struggled. Similar to what happened to Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic also couldn't handle the problems caused by bad loans and investments. These investments lost their value when the Federal Reserve quickly started raising interest rates. It's not just these two banks either. Many other banks in the U.S., both small and large, are facing big losses from these kinds of investments. This is because when the prices of bonds go down, the interest rates on them go up, especially for long-term Treasury bonds. During a bank run, which is when many customers try to take their money out of the bank all at once, these banks have to face the losses they haven't dealt with yet. This means they have to find a way to get the money to give their customers. Musk also meant that the information the Federal Reserve is getting is not up to date with what's happening in the current situation. This makes it difficult for the government to make decisions quickly to help the banks and the economy. It's like trying to drive a car while looking in the rearview mirror instead of at the road ahead. The Federal Reserve has already decided to raise interest rates 9 times in a row, increasing the federal funds rate from almost nothing to more than 4.75%. Even though there have been problems in the banking system and signs that the economy is getting slower, the people in charge are thinking about doing it again for the 10th time. Many economists on Wall Street think that if the Federal Reserve keeps doing this, it could make the economy go into a recession next year. When interest rates go up, it usually means that people and businesses have to pay more for loans, which then makes the economy slower because companies have to spend less money. A lot of CEOs, investors, and economists had predicted that the American economy would have a big problem in 2023. They thought this because the Federal Reserve was trying hard to stop prices from going up too much, which can cause problems. They hoped this would make it so that companies wouldn't be able to keep going, and they would have to stop people from working. They also thought that Americans who were worried about prices going up would stop buying as much stuff. The worries about a big problem with the economy in 2023 are starting to fade away, mainly because one crucial aspect is performing exceptionally well: the job market in the U.S. In the last few months, the number of people finding employment unexpectedly increased, exceeding the expectations of all major forecasters. In fact, the number of new jobs added exceeded the monthly job growth seen even during the robust economic period of 2019. Even though concerns are coming from the banking crisis, the ongoing increase in interest rates, and the debate surrounding the government's borrowing limits, the resilience of the U.S. economy stands out. It seems that even with these significant challenges, businesses are still hiring and people are finding work, which is a strong indicator that the economy is on a good footing. Considering the current numbers related to job creation, it's becoming difficult for some to imagine the occurrence of a recession. The likelihood of a recession happening this year is reducing. While it's not entirely impossible, the overall economic situation, particularly in the job market, would need to worsen rapidly for a downturn to begin within this time frame. Historically, we have never experienced a recession during a period when the job market was performing so strongly. In fact, using the term recession during a time when jobs are generated at this remarkable pace would seem unreasonable. The past few months have been really good for jobs because a lot more people got hired, with 339,000 new jobs being added. More jobs were created than they first thought. 217,000 more jobs were made in March and 294,000 in April. This is much better than what some people said would happen. Last year, the Bank of America warned that we would start losing jobs in early 2023, with around 175,000 jobs disappearing each month in the first part of the year, and more job losses for the rest of the year. But now, it seems like things are going better than expected. Even though some companies are reducing the number of people they employ, especially in technology and media areas, there's a positive trend overall in the job market. The number of announced job cuts has gone up 4 times compared to last year. Despite this, the broader economic data indicates that many individuals who lose their jobs are finding new ones quite rapidly. However, the most recent jobs report did provide some confusing signals, particularly in the household survey, which economists tend to view with caution because it can sometimes be less accurate and more unpredictable. This suggests that while the employment situation is generally positive, there are still some uncertainties and variations that require careful attention and analysis. The household survey, which looks at how many people have jobs, showed that the rate of people who didn't have jobs, that's the unemployment rate, went up by 0.3 percentage points. This is the biggest increase since April of 2020. It means that a lot more people lost their jobs during this time. Despite more people losing their jobs recently, the average number of people without jobs over the last 3 months remains exceptionally low at 3.5%. People even went so far as to describe the job situation as being really freaking good. They emphasized that the most recent report undermines the idea that the U.S. economy is already in a bad state, a belief that many Americans currently hold. Interestingly, a May poll conducted by CNN revealed that a significant 76% of the respondents perceive the economy as being in poor shape. This stark contrast between the positive job market indicators and the negative public sentiment shows the complexity of how the economy is perceived and experienced by different groups. Although the current situation appears positive, there is a possibility that changes in the upcoming months could alter this narrative. There is a notable risk of the economy facing a downturn in the medium term. This is followed by increasing evidence that people are truly feeling the financial strain resulting from 2 years of persistent inflation. In light of these concerns, Dollar General, a prominent retail chain, has revised its projections for the year and issued a warning. The company highlighted that its customers are increasingly compelled to rely on assistance from food banks, their savings, and credit cards to manage their financial needs. These indicators underscore the tangible impact of economic conditions on everyday consumers, reflecting the broader challenges faced by many individuals and households. More people are not able to pay back their car loans on time, even more than before the COVID-19 pandemic. Another issue is that the Fed's plan to stop prices from going up is making the economy slow down, but it takes a while for this to happen. This makes it more likely that the Fed might have done too much already, or might do too much in the future. Some people think that there's a 33% chance the economy might get really bad this year, but that chance goes up to 50% in 2024, which is high. However, the recent reports about jobs don't show that a bad situation is happening now or will happen soon. As long as the economy keeps making more than 200,000 jobs every month, it's unlikely that things will get so bad that we'll have a big problem with the economy. The jobs report from May shows that the economy is still doing well, which the Federal Reserve thinks means the economy is slowing down smoothly. This means they can raise rates without making the economy bad. If anything, the strong job market suggests that the economy might not slow down at all. Instead, it might keep growing so fast that the Federal Reserve has to make the economy slow down even more, which could make a recession more likely. But this would take a while to happen, so it might become a problem in 2024. Elon Musk's recent warnings about the U.S. economy possibly collapsing before Christmas have caused worries. However, the latest job market and overall economic stability suggests a more balanced situation. While his concerns about the Federal Reserve's actions and banking challenges are noted, experts emphasize the need for a careful understanding of the economy. Moving forward, staying watchful and taking smart steps could help protect against economic troubles, ensuring a stable and growing future.